Okay, hey everybody, welcome to this evening stream. So this evening we've got a bit of a special stream. We're going to be taking a look at a couple of games that have been made through Crayta, but one in particular is going to be looking at Andy Sargeant's kind of epic balloon typhoon, sort of really cool capture the flag game he's made in a tutorial earlier on. I think it was last week. So we're going to be taking a look through that, and we're going to be kind of continuing this feedback series by showing sort of the thought process around the sort of things that we'd give feedback on. So if anyone's been involved in any of the Feedback Friday sessions that we do over on Discord, it's going to kind of be similar to that, I guess. But we figured, now's a good chance to get it out on a live stream and hopefully capture more people and sort of let us know what sort of things they want to get feedback on. So let's just jump in. So I'm going to be with Adam and Andy tonight. So if you guys want to say hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Cool. Okay, so we're here in the hub. You might notice things sound a little bit different. I've had a few microphone issues today, so do let me know if the audio is all a bit off, and I'll do my best to rectify it on the fly. But hopefully, this setup is going to suffice enough that you can hear what I'm saying to give the feedback properly. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit awkward. Cool. So, Andy, I guess over to you. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your game and what it's called, and we'll jump over in a little group. And anyone who's watching can obviously jump in and sort of join in with us.
Sure. Thanks, Russ. So my game is called Balloon Typhoon Lava Dash, and the basic premise was to come up with a game, very, very small game. I was trying to keep it really, really small, and very light touch in terms of like how much work I put into it, because what I really wanted to do was focus on getting people to play it, and then like kind of using any feedback that people suggested to take the game in a direction that the players wanted it to go. So I kept it like capture the flag and not many mechanics, just literally flying the balloon around. And I was really interested in seeing, where the players might take this. And I've had some really amazing feedback already, some really positive stuff. So thanks everyone for being so lovely in the Discord and on the forum. And also some really cool constructive ideas, mechanics, and just also bug reports. One person on the forum called Hisoken gave me a bug idea that was going on, and then did a video of the bug in action, which was super useful. So it's been a roller coaster already. The idea of the game is just capture the flag. You press jump to fire your balloon thruster, and primary fire to blow the wind in the direction you're facing, because as we know, balloons don't actually get to choose what direction they're facing. They just get to go up and down. But I thought that we should be nicer and allow the direction to be chosen by players. And you have to capture the flag and return to the other person's base. And that's the premise. What do you guys think so far?
This is cool. I just realised I was flying the complete wrong direction, and I think I was flying off the map. It's a really interesting mechanic. I don't think I've played anything like this yet on Crayta, which is always good. So this is...
I was just exploring thrusters, really.
I was going to say, so this is kind of based a lot of, I assume, on your thrusters tutorial that you've made, which is a really quite cool tutorial, actually. I've not done much with thrusters at all. So it was quite interesting to sort of get a bit of a deep dive into how thrusters can work, and actually it's a really nice example using the balloon. I think that's a pretty good way to showcase it. I mean, what do you think, Adam? Initial thoughts?
Yeah, no, I really like the movement mechanic. It seems really cool. I think I've just stole your flag, potentially. I'd say it took me a little while to grasp the controls. That's probably my first bit of feedback, is that I didn't know how to move. I think just then I ended up falling off of my start platform because I didn't know which way I was going. Until I worked out how to boost.
I've had a few people suggest that and say that they didn't know how to play it. So also saying that they immediately fell off the platform and died.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something I need to look at. I think like the whole UI is still the one with the starter template, so that could all do a bit of a revamp and maybe a bit of theming, you know.
Yeah. No,
I also
nice,
seem to. Yeah, I think that's a common bit of our feedback on Feedback Fridays. Actually, is the one way to make your game look completely unique, while you can do all the world settings and everything, is really just to change the UI, and that can be as simple as opening up the widget, finding out where the colors are, and just changing those colors or changing the fonts. You don't have to be a full like CSS wizard to make some of the simpler changes.
So I think what might be quite good.
Definitely.
So I was going to say, if we just try and play a few rounds and then maybe, like, I guess take notes and then kind of get a decent, section of feedback, that might go down quite well. So I see it's 3-on-2 at the minute. We're winning. Oh no, I'm losing by 5-2. But I think let's play a couple of rounds. Let's take it super serious. And then maybe, if we get like a whole bunch of feedback together in a little section, and then I think that might make it easier to sort of digest the main points. How many players is this? Is it left as like I think it's 12 by default?
Yeah, it's left as 12 default.
Cool.
But I did up the round length because I found that you could just about make it there and back in 1 minute. So it's 5 minutes around.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay, cool. I saw someone mention about crowd play. I think we might try it in a little bit. The reason I didn't do it from the start is we wanted to kind of guarantee that the three of us got into at least Andy's game together. And then obviously, once we start looking at some of the Crayta games, perhaps we'll turn it on if that's a nice way for people to get into games. If you like that, we can try it. Won't matter so much that we all get into the same game then. So that's a good point. If anyone has feedback in chat, then now's probably a good time to start throwing it out, and then we can read through that as we give our own feedback. 20 points. That seems exaggerated.
Yeah,
so that's a small bug here.
I was going to mention, I think there's a little bit of a bug because I had about 5 or 6 lots of flags spinning around my balloon at one point. I'm not quite sure how that happened.
But there's definitely an issue with not actually dropping balloon, or when you collide with someone and they steal the balloon, it steals the flag, it duplicates the flags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right. So let's go maybe one more round and make some mental notes. Whoa! I got catapulted at the start.
Oh, do we all collide with each other?
I'm
Push each other off the start.
I'm going to the abyss. Oh no! It doesn't reset me. Right. Okay. I'll be back in a minute. Go balloon, go.
If you did catapult off at the start, then I think if you go to the death plane, you'll get there.
I'll get there. Okay, that might be the fastest way back. Oh, there I go.
Ooh.
There we go. Yes, nice. Okay, I'm back.
So, I guess I can look at the scoreboard to work out which team I'm on. That makes sense. I was just wondering which way I should be going, but yeah, that's good.
Flag. So I'm red. I want the blue flag. Okay, that's good. So we've got your flag. Oh no, go down, go down.
I'd say the flag is possibly a little bit dark. I couldn't actually see if it was there or if someone had it.
Right, where are you, Adam? I think you've got my flag. So you say, I think if I crash into you, does that steal it?
I believe so.
Yeah. Crashing into the other person, you can steal the flag.
Nice. Oh, yeah, you're miles away. The flag.
So every time we bump into someone, yeah, we duplicate.
Yeah, I don't think you actually lose the flag when you bump into someone. So that's definitely something to look at.
Yeah. or embrace. There may be something there. Right, I'm gonna go for steel. I thought no.
I really like the movement of the balloons, though. That does feel nice, like having the thrusters. I wonder if it could be a little quicker, potentially.
Maybe what? So maybe like, do you mean in terms of responsiveness or top speed when you say quicker?
I think top speed and acceleration could maybe be made faster. I think it's nice that you have to sort of compensate for the inertia you've already got. So you have to like think about turning the other way ahead of time. That's quite good. I think I'm giving this person like 1 million duplicate flags.
It's gone crazy. I do feel like there's a mechanic in here somewhere though, in terms of like, multiple flags.
I stole your flags.
Oh, I'm getting stuck on the bones. Okay.
I don't know. What do you think about the speed, Russ? What would you say?
Yeah, I quite like it. So yeah, I guess let's just dive into a whole bunch of different talking points here. So I think for me, the movement is really nice, like the floatiness of it. But I feel like one little thing that might be nice is a bit of like an energy boost or a speed boost. So it's almost like a skill shot where you can like throw yourself forward really fast for a split second, and then that has a cooldown. Like I think that might be quite a nice mechanic to almost like trying to intercept someone who's got the balloon, or because it almost feels like once someone's got away from you, you're like drifting after them and you can't catch up. So perhaps like an ability to like just do a little speed boost for, a second or so with a 10-second
like
cooldown.
Dash.
Yeah, like a dash. That's the word I'm looking for. That might work quite nicely.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be good. And then I think some of the things we've covered, it's like a lot of the sort of onboarding stuff. So prompts would be really, really useful to sort of say, hold A or hold space or whatever the jump button's assigned to go up, and primary to sort of choose the wind direction or something. That's a difficult one to word, I guess. But yeah, I think just a couple of on-screen prompts, and we've obviously got the prompts package for that. That would work quite well. Any more sort of things from you, Adam?
Just a performance note, really, that the server performance doesn't seem great now that we've got quite a few people in. So you might want to watch what's happening every frame in terms of the scripts. Or, I mean, to be honest, it's probably down to these two balloons I'm watching with like 100 flags going around them. That's probably slowing the server frame rate down, but we can see that it's slowing down because of the sort of little jerky movements that our balloon is making. So as it's going down on the client, it's looking quite smooth, but then the server catches up and says it should be in a slightly different position, so it gets jerked back a little bit. So we can see the server's struggling to keep up there, which obviously is to do with lots and lots of movements happening at the same time, like 1 million flags.
I do.
Now that those flags are gone, it's noticeably way better.
Yeah.
So it's probably just that.
I do enjoy that. Oh, sorry, you go.
Sorry, do you think if I solve the flag problem where there's you just duplicate flags when you bump into each other, do you think if I solve that, that might improve the performance enough?
Yes.
Or do you think I should also take a stab at the server client discrepancy there?
I think it's potentially worth having a look at what else you could do, what else like is trying to move or update every frame on the server, because those could be the expensive things. But it does seem to largely be the flags. I mean, without knowing exactly like how you program the game, it would be hard to say a specific thing. But just generally keep an eye on anything that's happening every frame on the server, and obviously physics things as well are going to add quite a lot. Oh no, I've got like 1 million flags.
That's like 8 thrusters. Going on, as well as all the physics and stuff that normally happens in a game. So it might also be worth thinking about limiting the number of players.
Yep, that could be a good idea actually.
Yeah,
So I don't think we've reached the limits yet, have we?
No,
No.
I think we're about 3 players short of a full game. So yeah, maybe like a 3v3 would feel quite nice. And I guess on that note, with a 3v3, you could almost build the map to sort of suit that. So you've almost got 3 lanes through to the other side. So it's a case of like trying to, guard your lanes, kind of like a MOBA, League of Legends or something. It's like each person picks like, left lane, right lane, middle lane, and you've got to try and like outmaneuver each other. That might be quite a nice way to approach the map design. On the note of the map design, there's quite a few things coming through in chat, so thank you everybody for the feedback coming through in chat. Keep it coming. But we've got things, so people are saying about like the level design. Yogrin said the fog should be much closer to the skybox. Yeah, it feels like it's quite distant. One of the notes, I guess, that I'm thinking here is where you've got the fog and is it the cell shaded post process as well? You get like, I think some of the post processors don't behave like amazing with fog, and I think cell shaded is one of them that does suffer a little bit with fog. So maybe just either changing the post process or going to a point where it's kind of changing the fog or one of the two might be quite good. UI could use spicing up. I think again, we mentioned at the start, but obviously, as you said, this is out the box sort of starter game stuff. So it'd be nice to get some specific, kind of more relevant to the game style UI. Seeing your player in the basket stood there would be quite cool. I think that would be possible, although I think judging by your thrusters tutorial at the minute, the player is the balloon, right?
Yeah, so their avatar is just invisible, and all of the controls basically, this move speed is set to 0 and all of that stuff. And essentially they're attached to the balloon, but they're turned off because I found when they were attached to the balloon and visible, there was the thing that Adam was talking about with the server and client was really noticeable when the player is visible.
Right.
So just hiding the player took that problem away essentially. But that's not to say that there might be a way to solve that now that there's not to say there might be a nice way to solve that with a bit more investigation. It was just a bit rough and ready, that bit.
Right.
One thing I'm just thinking now. Sorry. One thing I was just thinking, I don't know if it's been mentioned yet, but there's no way to tell when a balloon's coming at you whose team it's on. It might be nice. You could try and take something like the standard name tag widget potentially and put that above it and show some other UI or a light color or something on the balloon so you can see what team a balloon is on.
Yeah, I love that. So I put some lights in for when you've got a flag of different colors, so blue and red lights. But I think I can use the same thing, but just make it, because you've got the flags whirling round, the flaming flags whirling round in the color of your team. So I think I could just use the light anyway. I think that's a really good idea because it's very confusing who's on what team.
Yeah, and I think because you light up when you pick your direction to float, you get that sort of orange glow light. But if that light was just specific to your team, so it's almost like when you're choosing not to move, you're almost in like a stealth mode. And then when you are choosing to move, that's when it kind of reveals where you are with the light.
Yeah, love that.
That might work quite nicely.
Yeah.
Really
want to put that in.
That'd be good. I guess, from a bug point of view, there definitely seems to be an issue at the start where everybody spawns on each other and you just get flung to the abyss, which is kind of fun. It's a nice way to randomly start the round. That's just something to consider. Right, we'll probably make this the last round, and then we'll maybe move on to some other cool games. I think we've got a few that came through on Discord earlier. So if you do have any games that you'd like to see us play this evening, and we'll do our best to feedback on as many as we can, then do shout them out in chat or head over to discord.gg/Crayta, join our Discord server and have a look at our Looking for Feedback channel. It's a really great place to sort of shout out at any time, not necessarily for now, but just throughout the week. if you've got a game you've published and you'd like to get some feedback on it, then that's a really great place to do it.
Got another one for you, Andy.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just gone. Damn. I noticed you've used cell shading to make it look a little bit more unique, and that looks really cool on the lava pillars. But a slightly unfortunate effect of cell shading is that because you've got like the lines that are able to render above all other effects, you can also see them through the fog. Which means you might want to consider changing that, because you can kind of see the edges of the lava plane in the fog.
Yeah. Okay. I think so. It's come up a couple of times now, and I think that's something. I mean, that's a really easy one to fix because I just uncheck that box or change that drop down. So yeah, I'll look at doing that. That's that line is the other thing I was thinking though was maybe making this all inside a volcano, so you wouldn't.
Whoa.
So you could have the fog, but you wouldn't necessarily need the fog, and you would just see the sky through like the top of the volcano. It would just be like, yeah. I could then probably keep the cell shading, and also it fixes the problem of people flying miles away.
Yeah, start bouncing off the walls. Cool. Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I wonder
you could even build in.
Sorry, yeah.
Go on.
I was just going to say, I wonder if there's some like level of like the over the time of the round, the level itself starts changing. So that if there's lava at the bottom that's rising up, it's almost like the play area gets smaller. So you have to be like more agile with your balloon, or you're trying to like basically not dip too low because the lava's rising and you're working your way up the volcano. Like that sort of evolving map might be quite nice.
Yeah. Or like even in-game events that you know, a pillar topples or something like that.
Yeah.
Do something like that. Something I just thought would be maybe like as the round progresses, the pillars get more bouncy. And like, so by the end, it's like a game of pinball, but with your balloon. And you're just being absolutely flung around.
I must admit, it's quite cool to see other balloons like toppling over, like just falling into the lava, like they've been shot down. That looks quite fun. Right, okay.
Thank you so much for your feedback, Adam and Russ, and everyone in the live stream chat as well. It's so helpful to have other people playing the game and suggesting things, and there's some amazing stuff that's come out from this.
I think I just got two balloons like tied together. Wow. They got really stuck, and then we flung each other apart.
I don't know how, but I must have about 100 flags.
I was going to say, is this you? Is this you? Like, it's a crazy light show that's flying past me. That looks amazing. Oh, and you just stolen mine as well. So there's an extra one.
It does look cool.
It does look cool.
Some poor GPU somewhere is just having a really hard time.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I guess just before we kind of have a little intermission and move on to the next half of the stream then. So Andy, obviously you looking for feedback, part of your tutorial series. You just want to give a shout out to some of the places that you think are best for people to go and leave feedback?
Yeah, absolutely. So I found Discord and the forum so good. So forum.crayta.com, and then put your game in game releases. And if your game is live, and the feedback I've got from there is awesome. People have shared videos of bugs. They've given me breakdowns in bullet points of good points and bad points, or good points and constructive. I mean, the great thing is the whole community has been very supportive, rather than like slating it and or anything like that. Everyone's been really positive about it and thought about constructive answers to some of the problems. So that's the forum, and definitely on the Discord. Also, when you've published your game, you can see in the tab bar on create.crayta.com, you can see there's a feedback tab, and sometimes people leave feedback in there. So they say whether the game was fun or not, and whether the controls worked or not, and that sort of stuff. So that's another good place. And Feedback Friday as well.
Yeah, cool. So a lot of places that people can get feedback. As I say, we run a Feedback Friday most Fridays. when we can. So basically, the idea is we get together on Discord, we play through games, we hang out in a group chat, and yeah, we basically just talk through games, just kind of like how we have just then. So I'm sure that's given you plenty of food for thought there, Andy, with regards to the sort of game that that how that's going to evolve. And that's quite a nice way to do it, right? Is where you say you get your sort of like basic your basic game outlined, get it published, get people playing it, and then build it based on feedback, and you really start to then build a game for the people, so to speak.
Yeah, it's been really good fun so far. And also people are coming up with like really interesting ideas that I would never have considered. And then it's sort of presenting new challenges for me as a game creator to go and tackle. And that's really good fun and really interesting.
Yeah, cool. Okay, well, so the way the stream's going to work is we're basically going to now move on to play a series of games that's suggested by you. I think we've got a few lined up that have been shouted out in Discord earlier. So as I say, do make sure you head over to discord.gg/Crayta. Shout out in looking for feedback if you'd like to come and get some feedback on a particular game, or let us know in chat. And I think the mods will do their best to sort of get that shouted out to us to join. You may have seen as well, we've got a couple more streams coming this week. So it's not just the Tuesday stream, but we have got a couple of streams coming later on in the week. We've got a Tuesday stream tonight, and then we've got our Friday and Saturday stream, which is going to be our charity fundraising streams to be supporting Special Effect and their Game Blast event. So alongside that is our Game Jam. So if you are looking to make a game in Crayta, then now's a really great time to do so, because you can sign up for the Game Jam and help raise some money for charity. So if any of the mods have got that link handy, want to share that with chat now, that'd be really good. Go sign up and get ready for Friday's stream, where we'll be playing some games, hanging out, having fun, raising some money, and we'll be announcing the theme for the Game Jam. And then when we get to Saturday, we'll actually be having a go at creating a game ourselves for the Game Jam. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a quick video here, and then we'll be back in a couple of minutes with the next part of the stream.
We once again see hundreds of gamers from around the world come together for Game Blast, a weekend of charity gaming challenges, tournaments and live stream fundraising in support of Special Effect. Taking part is easy. Simply sign up via the website as an individual or team and start planning your own Game Blast event. Your donations will help Special Effect to enable more gamers with physical disabilities to access the fun, creativity and inclusion that video games have to offer. Whether you're a first-time streamer or seasoned Game Blaster, you'll be joining an ever-growing community of fellow gamers who've been doing amazing things to help Special Effect change lives every year since 2014. So wherever you are, whatever you play, hit that Go Live button and help Special Effect level the playing field for disabled gamers everywhere.
Okay, so here we are. We've got a slightly different sort of setup going on for this. So hopefully we can all see that, and that's all working fine. So crowdplay is now active. So if you refresh the stream, you should hopefully see a crowdplay button appear at the bottom. We've had a few suggestions, as I say, for games to go and play, and one of them was I think Slater B. Burns said that there was an update for an old game now, but old but gold. That was Prison Break. So I can see here, recently updated, we've got Prison Break Compromised. So I'm going to go ahead and check that out. Judging by the description here, we've got a multiple exits from the jail and some other new routes added. So this should be pretty interesting, because I played this one quite a lot. So I guess we've kind of learned the routes. So this might be a nice way for this to actually be quite a different experience for now. You got into this one quite a lot, didn't you, Adam? I think you played this. I remember you trying to speedrun this quite a lot.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I speedrun it. Probably not when you compare my times to some of the others. But I was proud to have finished it, and then I tried to actually finish it in a reasonable time. I think I was on the leaderboard near the start. Probably no longer.
Yeah, no, I think so. Is this one that you've played, Andy? Have you experienced this one
haven't-
before?
I have not played this one yet, but I'm excited to be playing it for the first time.
Cool. This game supports up to 4 players, so if it's already full, then I'll be kind of cycling people through. So who have we got here? We've got DJZK and Adam, and then I think if one more person is available, they'll be coming in through crowdplay. Look, one player in the queue. Okay.
That might be me.
That might be you. Ah, you've joined through there. Nice. Okay, so basically this is just it's a pretty cool game. It's a sort of like a time trial, but with prison guards, and the idea is to try and escape a prison. There's actually a sequel to this, but it's nice to see the original being updated. So I could get past that guard. I've never been.
These first, like.
On you go.
We keep doing that.
Yeah.
These first prison floors are kind of just like the training for what awaits you outside, I guess.
Yes.
So it's important that people don't think this is the whole game. They get like out of the prison and then it gets harder.
Yeah, I will try and get out of the prison, I promise. I've noticed that the guards have all got names now. I know there was some talk of there being like a guard-related leaderboard.
Yes, I don't know if that happened, but I know there was talk of it.
I also just got a fun challenge, something about breathing down Bob's neck, which I guess was a specific challenge for one of the guards, which is good fun.
Wow, these guards are fast on this last floor.
Get in here.
Whoa!
Oh, that guy! Whoa, almost ran straight in front of him.
Oh yeah, so we're supposed to give feedback. Oh, the level layout has changed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
You no longer have to do the very bottom floor.
You don't?
No,
Interesting.
like you can go straight out.
Well, that was part of
Ooh,
what the update was. I think was multiple ways out. So maybe that's just one of the ways you can do it.
I see. Okay, so that's good because it introduces like different ways to complete the game. So while you might think you've got the best time possible for your path, you've then got to try out like other paths and make sure you're getting the best of the best. No!
Ah, yeah, because it used to be a run across the courtyard, wasn't it? But now there's see. Oh, I do enjoy. So part of the new ragdoll is that when the spotlights see you, they just fall over, like you've just given up on the spot.
Right, so you can actually go further down the fence this time and then cross to the courtyard.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So I think
That does give it a bit of a different dynamic.
That may have been part of the feedback before, right? When we
Yeah.
talked about the game in the past, was like there's like bottlenecks. So I guess this is a nice way to expand those bottlenecks out.
Right, I'm out the courtyard. Now I've got to watch out for the police cars because they can be pretty nasty. Through the safe house. So yeah, I think another piece of feedback we'd given on this before potentially was that the guards should have like smoother paths and they should, not always just walk in straight lines. But I think that's exactly what Prison Break 2, the sequel to this game, has embraced. Come on.
Okay, I'm almost through the courtyard.
Right.
That was a really dumb time to go.
And I'm through! That was a good time, that felt good.
Oh, what, have
Where
you
was my
finished?
time? Yeah. Oh, there's a bit of feedback. I'd like to see my time. Oh, I think there's tiny notification text in the bottom left, but it says you finished the race in brackets time. So I guess something's gone wrong with the notification formatting there.
Oh, I've just found a whole like escape tunnel. That was all. Oh, damn! I went really far back. Oh no.
Oh wait, what? A new thing?
There's like a whole escape tunnel, which in the house, like a different way to go.
Oh,
Get down there.
Oh, that is interesting.
That is cool. Did you manage to get in, Andy? Are you?
No.
Interesting. Well, if you wanted to go through the play menu, it's just Prison Break Compromised. I think if you tried to join through,
Yeah, I'll do that.
if you tried to join through crowd play and were already in the game, I think it gets a bit tripped up sometimes. Oh damn!
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go this way. It looks like they just trip up on the grass. It's really funny. Okay. So you managed to get through the guards pretty quick then. I mean, I'm already at 4 minutes 20 and I'm really struggling here.
Yeah, I mean, mine must. Oh no, my fastest escape is 3 minutes 42. I'm second, but I don't know if that was. Oh, hello.
A previous time or that one you just did?
Yeah, previous time. I just ran through the scoreboard and onto like the train station, and it's taken me to a different game. I think it might be a Train to Prison Break 2.
Ah, interesting.
So that's you.
Oh, because that's like the prison, like the train escape, isn't there? Something about a train.
Train derailed.
Train derailed. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called Prison Break Train Derailed. So
The
that's cool.
story
That's
there.
a really nice way to link someone into another game of yours.
Blue Blob Plays says, can Lost in the Void? I think that's one we've got on the list if we can get time to get around to it. There's someone else I saw. Oh yeah, Silverhale wants to ask if we can play Laser Arena TDM again. So last time we played it, I think there was like a few server issues. So they say they've updated it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that seems perfect. Chance for us to jump back in and see if we can notice any sort of improvements from the performance side of things. Oh come on! Right, I am gonna do this. I feel like this is what's going to happen a lot on Friday, and when we're just playing games, right? And people are going to be donating money for me to play like really difficult obbies. I know someone suggested that one of the stream incentives should be that I play Dark Ore 2, which I think I think AJ played the other day, and it took him like most of his Friday night to finish.
I heard he finished it. He's in the
Well,
chat, right?
Yeah,
He's going to
in the chat,
confirm that.
He can let us know. But I don't think I've ever really properly tried it because I've only seen horror stories about it. So.
Horror stories. I died playing this.
Oh come on, that didn't get me. Right.
Yeah, I think that's another thing about Prison Break. The first one is that it's really quite harsh. If you just, whereas I think a slightly nicer thing about the sequel is if you're slightly in the light, it's okay, but you take a bit of exposure and it fills up an exposure meter, and then if that fills up too much, then you're like reset, which is quite good. Quite a nice mechanic.
Yeah, I am struggling to get through
this
here.
This is a fun game. I'm enjoying this.
Hmm.
I am dying a lot, but that's I feel like I died a lot on the first level at the top, and now I've got the hang of it. So I'm nearly down the bottom now.
Yes, AJ did finish Dark Ore 2 in 45 minutes.
45 minutes. That's some dedication. I think it's one of those games where once you've got so far through, though, right? Like you've basically got to finish.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's all in vain. Right. Okay. So
I know it's not on the list, but I ended up doing that with Rainbow Racer the other day by Echo Rock, which is one of the new ones. And it's got like 8 obbies, but that adds up to a total time that puts you on a leaderboard. And once I'd done one, I was like, well, I can't just not do the other 7. It's like such a neat way of making me do a lot more obbies.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to get that total time.
Right. So I finished it finally, but I'm not on the leaderboard, so I must have been more than 7 minutes and 15 seconds. So
I'm surprised there's not more leaderboard
good.
entries.
So that's top 10. So that's, I mean, you're second.
Well, yeah.
But
I mean,
like
I'm
overall.
surprised I'm still on it.
Yeah. No, yeah. That's a pretty good time. So I guess in terms of feedback, there's not a whole bunch to give on this. This is a game that's been iterated well, really nicely over time, and I think there's been previous feedback which has been actioned. One thing you said, Adam, is you got the train platform and it took you to another game. Was there any warning about that, or did it just sort of do it straight away?
No, that's true. It did it unexpectedly, so it might be good to make that more obvious.
Yeah, I think that would definitely be a good way to do it. Would be kind of a countdown timer or something like that to just sort of explain, we're about to go to a different game. Otherwise, yeah, people are going to get a bit caught out. And I know there's a button at the bottom that says press X to return to start, but I wonder if there's something up on this platform which is like a bigger sign or something to really say, you're at the end. So either board the train to get to the next game or hit this to sort of restart. It's just an extra way to reinforce that loop, get people to sort of celebrate going around the game again. And then bug wise, I think, Adam, I got the same as you. So the notification at the end was really quite small in the bottom corner, and it said
Yeah.
that I finished it in brackets time. It didn't actually populate the time. So I'm here.
Yeah, so that's definitely something worth looking into there. But it should be a fairly simple fix, I imagine. Just making sure the text is formatted correctly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Right. Okay. Let's have a look at the next game. So the other one that I saw was updated that I'm pretty sure was asked about was Lava Run. And this is by Splogster. So I believe, given the theme, this is kind of the Tsunami Run next version, I guess. So I'm imagining it's going to be fairly similar. Let's have a look and jump in there. When I get in, what I'll do is I'll refresh the crowd play, get a fresh set of people in. If we've got anyone in the queue, no one's in the queue, so we'll keep the same group going. So obviously, as I say, this weekend we're going to be doing a couple more streams for Game Blast. There is a page where you can donate to Game Blast, and that is actually available now. So if any of the mods have that link handy, again, put you on the spot over there. I think Nat, Nat's beat me to it. So yes, that's our Just Giving page. So obviously anything you can do there to contribute would be very thoroughly appreciated. We'll be doing a bit more of a proper drive, fundraising drive at the weekend, and there'll be all sorts of milestones in terms of like things that I'm going to end up putting myself through. I don't think you're signed up for anything yet, Adam, but it's more stuff that I'm going to do.
Yet.
So I've got some like super sour sweets to eat. I've got some really 2 million Scoville hot chips, which is going to be pretty intense. I imagine so. We'll probably save that for a nice high milestone total. But if anyone has any ideas for things that they'd like to see me do on stream that would help, perhaps push that fundraising total a little bit higher, then let us know. I'm looking for kind of like fun things, nothing too wacky, nothing too crazy, but just stuff that that you might like to put money towards me doing, basically. And obviously all going towards the amazing cause that is Game Blast as part of Special Effect. So, Lava Run. This looks interesting. That looks really cool. That like lava. Oh wait, this is a fence. I can't get out here. Oh, that's no good. That
I feel like
it's awesome.
Print out.
I died and I thought the death was great and really enjoyed it. So that's a win.
That's unusual that someone would say that.
It's just being pushed along by a massive fire tsunami was, very enjoyable, weirdly.
I think the creator might be using the Play Manual Vibration API with an incredibly strong vibration. I feel like my hands are going to shake off when I die.
It's intense. Oh, get onto the pillar.
Actually, I can't quite work out when the vibration happens. Is it when I die? Or is it... maybe it's trying to like simulate an earthquake or something.
It's when it's approaching. Oh, okay, where am I now? What's happening? Oh, I'm mantling something. Okay, there we go.
There's a Tsunami Land tower.
So, wait, I'm in Tsunami Land now?
Is that like a theme park based on all the horrific deaths in Tsunami Land? Like the other guy, Tsunami Run, even.
Oh, here it comes again.
There's 1,000 people. How do I get past these guys?
Crayta station. This is a really cool idea. Like, it's a sort of clever trick that, your map doesn't have to be that big, but you can make it feel really big. Oh, wow. Who are these people? Excuse me, sir. I need to climb over your head.
Where are you? At the Crayta station.
We're just past there. I'm with Andy here, I think. Here it comes. Oh, Andy, your ragdoll body to get dragged along. That looks great. Oh no, I'm done.
What I like about this is there's like you realize there's so many routes to get through a particular place. You can like climb up over the wall. You can go through a window. You can go through like a door that opens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It feels
they-
like it stays
create-
interesting.
yeah, it's really cool. Like I
Oh,
feel
they've-
like
gosh.
you can play the game like 100 times and find a slightly different route every time.
It's really looked after you because they've given you lots of different routes, and that's really nice because it means it's less punishing and you can complete it.
Oh, I see. You found the church congregation. Is that what you were on about with
Oh,
like
is that what
what
it
are all
is?
these people?
Is it
I
a
think so, yeah.
congregation?
Yeah. Oh wow.
The docks. Oh, have I done?
Well, I
it?
died, but I feel bad for them
Oh, I'm
because they just
chasing.
all got wiped out.
I'm chasing the lava. Climb up chains to the ship. Cross the river to end.
I've been playing this so much that I haven't actually managed to write any feedback up yet.
Oh wait, okay. Oh, there's a gap here. Climb up to the right. Run to the right.
I like how all the voxel people are kind of in like scared poses and stuff and like pointing at the way out.
Yeah.
Oh no, this guy's just fishing actually.
Yeah, I saw one guy fishing. He
It's
looks
even better.
he looks pretty chill. Oh yeah,
It's
just
fine.
just another day of oh, wait, I'm fishing. I'm swimming. Yeah, just another day here. You know,
Oh.
another lava tsunami to care about. Okay.
Oh, one thing that's a little confusing. I think I've reached the end potentially, but the camera's kind of gone into like solid metal and I can't really see my character.
Oh.
So you want to watch out for the camera going into things, and maybe like check where the camera is and turn those things invisible or something.
Oh no, I jumped off the world. I think I went too far. Oh, I'm back here? Okay, there's a checkpoint issue there potentially. I'm back at the congregation. Oh, I think I went too far because just as I saw a safe zone, I'd already committed to jumping off the back of the world.
Some
Yeah.
metal.
I think, yeah, as kind of again, like with the feedback, I think that there's a few places, even though, I mean, it's a very tricky thing to get right, and you've done a great job of it so far. But I think it's just, yeah, there's a few places where the camera gets a bit inside of something, and it's kind of tricky to really work out kind of where to go or what's happening.
Yeah, I think particularly the ship. I think I've now realized it's like a container ship or something that's by the river with the chains that you got to climb up. That bit was really difficult to work out where my camera was and where the player was and kind of where I was supposed to go. I mean, obviously there's like the signs that tell you climb up the chains and go to the right. But in terms of level design, it might be nicer if it didn't need the signs, if it was kind of more obvious from the environment itself which way to go.
Yeah, I think I've worked it out.
I'm in a field of daisies. I feel like I've made it.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
no, there's a safety zone up
yeah,
there.
you've gone too far because that's where I was and I jumped off. But I think I've made it. I'm on top of this. This is a cool place. Oh, I'm scared.
Oh,
now.
new personal best.
Do I go here? Yeah.
I should appear on the leaderboard in any
There
minute.
we go. New personal best. Nice.
Oh yes, I'm second, behind only the creator.
Oh, I'm going to be a bit slower than you, then I imagine.
I think I'm stuck in the ship.
Oh no, Andy.
I can't die. So I'm technically safe, but I'm also technically trapped. The volcano in the background looks pretty amazing though.
It does look cool.
And I thought the assets throughout, great ideas.
Okay, yeah, so I do have music on. So it's missing music, and I think music, especially in like such an action-packed game, like there's some really cool action tracks which would make a really nice touch. But yeah, I think that works quite nicely. I think that's a fun. We don't have many sort of run at the camera games, and I think you've done a great job given how difficult that sort of perspective is to sort of work with. am I? I'm third. I'll take that. 6 minutes 36. Yeah, so hopefully just that's given you a little bit to work with, a bit of feedback from there. So let's move on. Where we are, got a little bit of time left. So I think there's a little bit of a shout out in chat for Lost in the Void, which there we are. That was updated recently. So Lost in the Void is coming to an end, or at least the first one. Cool. Okay, so let's jump into play Lost in the Void, and I think this is from, I believe this is KD, one of KD Brady. So we'll have a quick little play. Right, okay, who have we got here? Super Goose.
Hello.
Once again. Okay, so I think this is a sort of a shooter map from what I remember in the past. And again, we've had some feedback around the way that the level would work, but yeah, it seems like changed a bit. Oh, I recognise this door. Is this yeah, these are the Mighty Co animation doors, right? So, oh wait, yeah. So we're against each other here. We're all running around together trying to work out what's going on. Yeah. So if they've got a health bar, they're a baddie. Oh, nice.
Someone just closed the door on me.
I thought you closed it to hide. Cool. So a couple of things off the bat. It's a little bit difficult to see. I guess that's kind of an aesthetic choice, but I wonder if it just needs to have a little bit, like it's obviously very blue, and there's just a little bit there, like where a lot of detail gets lost. So maybe sort of a slight change in the way that, you know, the kind of the lighting and that sort of stuff. I mean, it looks cool. I just think, yeah, just lifting up a few, you know, slightly different colours maybe might just help distinguish things a little bit. I noticed when I took damage, I think there's an issue in the crosshair widget which causes like a blur. I believe it's line 133 of the crosshair widget. That's probably the one you want to be looking at. If you look at that specific line of the widget and just delete it, that should hopefully help with some of the frame rate drops around taking damage.
Yeah, sorry Russ, the issue isn't that it causes a blur, the issue is that it causes the drop in frame rate.
Sorry, yes, yeah.
It is a blur, but yeah. Or you could update the crosshair widget, because the newer version of that, sorry, the crosshair package, I think, because the newer version of that fixes it as well. In a slightly nicer way than just deleting that line. But yeah, that's a quick fix.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so let's have a quick look. I'm not sure how much, is there much more to the level? Oh, I can go this way. Okay, cool. More to explore this way. Like space wizards. I think, yeah, another little point, like from the weapon point of view, so that weapon will just fire in then. Feels like it's a single shot weapon, but it doesn't do much damage. And I feel like if you go for a single shot weapon with a slow-ish reload, it needs to do quite a lot of damage to feel like it's, you know, to be satisfying. Yeah, it's a nice game. As I say, I think the main thing to look at there is just maybe a little bit of weapon rebalancing, and then just the general aesthetic and lighting. As I say, it's kind of dark, and the blue makes it very hard to see what sorts of going on. What about you, Andy? Anything from your perspective there?
Oh, Andy?
Andy?
No, Andy. Nope.
No,
Oh,
Andy.
sorry guys.
Oh, that's good.
Sorry, my cat was meowing to get let out.
Oh.
I know the feeling.
That's okay. If you're back now, basically, I was just saying, if you've got any sort of feedback that you want to give on this game.
Yeah. So one thing I noticed was with the shaman stick weapon, it says press primary fire 2, but there's no. You could just add something in that prompt to say what the weapon is going to do when you shoot it. Might just add a little bit more polish. And then also the
Presumably there was something else there as well.
I think we lost you there, Andy.
the other weapon could do with just a little bit more damage.
Yeah.
Because the reload time is quite long.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Like, it's kind of a general rule of thumb, right? If it's single shot and slow reload, it needs to do a high amount of damage to be satisfying. Yeah, no, I think this is good. This is looking like a nice little map. I think we shall move on, because there was another one we wanted to go and play, which was shouted out in chat, which was the laser EDM game, laser deathmatch, laser arena TDM. That's the one. So we did play this recently on stream, and we hit kind of a few performance issues, and we kind of did a bit of feedback around ways to improve the performance best you could. Kind of things to look out for on the server. And I think the Crayta, who's with us, I think was just playing that game with us just then, has gone away and implemented some of those. So we'll get a few more people in. So do make sure you want to jump in through crowd play, and we'll have a look. See someone in the queue. But yeah, if anyone wants to join in, then do that through the crowd play beta, and we'll try and get a nice full game and get some feedback. So this one's quite a cool one, Andy, if you haven't played this. It's a really quite big map, and there's some quite interesting sort of like weapon like designs. It's got, you know, a nice like sniper feel with the crossbow, and yeah, the guns in this one feel like there's a bit of effort gone into them, which, you know, feels really nice.
Yeah, this is cool. Also, the lobby was great. A really great intro into the game.
I think unfortunately this still has the crosshair issue as well, the crosshair widget issue that we mentioned last time on the feedback session.
Okay.
With that blur line, I think it's worse in 4K. I'm not sure if you're in 4K, Russ, but
No.
yeah, it's definitely dying a bit for me when I get shot. But I guess that's just an incentive to not get shot.
Yeah. So again, just to reiterate that point, because the last game suffered from it as well, is there's in the default crosshair widget, there's a CSS property which introduces a blur. So when you get shot, you get like the nice red effect on the edge of the screen. There's an issue in that, which is quite simple. There's a couple of ways to approach it. I think, Adam, you said if you just simply update the crosshair package, it'll fix it.
Yeah, that's an easy fix if it's not a package that you've actually changed manually. So that should probably apply for most people. You should just be able to go to the packages tab of your library, and it should say like install update or something, or update on that package. Alternatively, delete line 133.
Yeah.
Which should say something like filter blur.
Gonna say, yeah, I think you're looking for like, it's really short little line. It just says filter blur and then a number, I think. But if you just remove that line, you'll get that frame rate. You won't suffer from that frame rate drop. Okay, but it seems to be holding up so far. Otherwise, we're not seeing too many issues, and we've got 7 people in, so it's looking nice and busy. The sniper in this game feels nice. It feels like it's slow reload, single shot, but it does a good chunk of damage. It takes off most of a player's health, which is satisfying. You kind of don't really want it to instantly be a one-hit kill all the time, because sometimes that's frustrating for other players. But if I see that someone's injured like that and I manage to hit them, and I know there's a good chance if they're already injured, then I'm gonna take them out, and that's a satisfying moment.
This level is quite large.
Yeah,
There's a lot to this. This is amazing. I've just been in what felt like a little car factory, and now I'm in some whole other part.
Yeah, it's got some nice sort of like level topology to it. So there's various. It's not just like a wide arena, but it's actually got some little tunnels. It's got the overhead walkways, so you can be fighting on like several different layers, which feels quite nice.
Yeah, and there's a real nice risk reward with cover versus sprinting across open ground and all that stuff. So you've got the choices depending on what weapon you've got and how much health you've got. You can take those risks. That's cool.
Wrong way. Oh, but there is a tunnel here. Yeah, it's really. I've played this a little bit on stream, in the past, but I'm still finding fun little, twisty turny areas to explore, which is quite nice. Okay, so would you mind, Adam, just having a quick look at Discord? I haven't got it up here at the moment, but to see if there's any more games going into the looking for feedback channel, to see if anyone
Cool. Yeah, no problem.
drops anything in there. I think we've played everything that was mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I think Sean, or Namaki as he is on Discord, suggested his Artifacts Adrift game, but then I think he's taken that back because he realised himself that it's not performing too well with something he's recently changed in it. So he's going to have another look into that.
Okay.
But I think that was it.
I think that was it.
So if you want to have a look at some of the other games that we'd got on the list as well.
Yeah, can do. Yeah, so I think what I would like to do is there's a couple of games that we've made in the past, which I think is always valuable for us to look at our own stuff as well and self-critique to a degree. But I guess in terms of just the last bit of feedback on this game, is it seems to be performing much nicer now. I remember last time it was struggling, and there's 9 of us in here, so that's a fairly full server. And yeah, other than the frame rate issue with the crosshair widget, it seems to be holding up really nicely. So good job on any changes or work you've put into it since then. Andy, any thoughts from you?
I think it's quite well polished. And yeah, the level feels fun, original, and like I was talking about, lots of different ways of fighting here.
I think I'm just going to go with my normal bit of feedback, which we've already mentioned for Andy's game as well, which is to maybe just change up the UI.
Mm-hmm.
So that last little bit of polish, just make the UI feel unique to this game. So change the colors, have a look at the fonts on the Crayta tutorial website that are available, and maybe change the font as well to something futuristic that might suit this level better.
Would be nice. Okay, cool. So the first game I wanted to have a quick look at, it's a good fun one. We've played it again recently. One that I haven't really worked on for a long time. So actually now would be a nice time to jump in and start thinking about what to add, what sort of feedback we might get. Andy, I don't know if you've ever played this one, but essentially it's kind of like Prop Hunt meets Infected. So there's one person who spawns as a barrel, and their objective is to basically find the players and blow them up. So
yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, it's a good fun one, and obviously when a player gets blown up, they then become a barrel. So it's kind of like the tide slowly turns, and there's suddenly more barrels and players, and it gets a bit chaotic. So as always, yeah, do let us know in chat if there's any feedback on this, if you've played it yourself. Positive feedback, negative feedback. Be nice to hear it all. Any suggestions for what we could add to this to make it, even better, even more exciting.
What's it called, Russ?
Exploding Barrels. Imaginatively named.
Yeah, that was some really great naming there, Russ.
Yep.
Well done.
Yeah.
I do like this game. It's pretty entertaining. Press RT to boom. Right, everyone goes to the corners. No, I didn't get close enough.
Goro asks, will there be another live stream with Andy in the future? It depends if Andy wants to join in with more live streams. He's always welcome.
I can do that. Yeah.
No!
No.
I also have a baby, so sometimes sometimes it's baby night. So we'll have to see.
Well, why doesn't your baby play as well?
Yeah. Maybe that's a whole.
I feel
thing.
like that's
baby feedback.
babysitting and baby feedback.
Oh, I got.
Got you, Russ.
Yeah. I had no
Yes.
idea where you're coming from.
Did get you.
Okay. Yeah, so I think one thing for me in terms of feedback on myself, I guess, would be like a new map rotation. I think it can quite quickly get a little bit old playing the same map over and over again. So I think that'd definitely be one thing to look at. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I think this has got the crosshair widget problem as well. We noticed this last time, didn't we?
Oh, did we not fix it?
I don't know if we fixed it. So yeah, maybe that's one for us as well. Crosshair widget to fix. So it looks like someone asked Splugs to ask for feedback on Quack as well. So yeah, I think we can check that out. Sure. Now's your last chance. I think we'll probably queue up a couple more games and then we'll call that a day for the feedback session. So if you do have a game you'd like to see feedback on, then shout it out now. We'll get to it if we can. If not, we'll kind of leave it for players to jump in and maybe they can give you some feedback over on Discord. Mantling. That's something we need to fix, is to turn off mantling on barrels.
Oh yeah.
Because you can sometimes
Potentially on
climbing up.
Potentially on players as well, because it's not really needed, and it can look a little bit strange in first person.
Yeah, that's true. You can't hit me. You can't hit me.
No, but I can do this.
That's not going to help.
No!
Gotcha.
Why did that not help? How?
I think I was mantling at the time. I wonder if that had an effect. So that's all the more reason
Possibly.
to turn it off on the barrels, I think.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I guess
right.
it's harder to like
One left.
blast someone away when they're literally gripping the edge.
Yeah, my little barrel hands clinging on for dear life.
Where is the player? Who is oh, this was the creator of the laser TDM game.
Yeah, and we've almost got him. We've almost got them.
Where are they? Where?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, over there.
I had to go round. I got 3. Right, we'll do one more round. One more round. Any more feedback? Anyone? Feel free to throw it out in chat. Any thoughts from you, Andy or Adam?
I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, I wondered if you might. I don't know. I think I was going to suggest maybe adding some different weapons, but I think the weapons is kind of there for balance, isn't it? You don't want it to be too one-sided.
Yeah, it's kind of the trade-off where we've said a lot about you want high damage on a single shot with a reload.
You dead already.
I'm dead already. It's kind of the trade-off is it's supposed to be a bit frustrating in this, like it's not supposed to feel satisfying, but then if you hit a barrel, it is kind of an instant kill on the barrel by like triggering their detonation sequence. So, but maybe some like more power-ups might be nice. We've got the blast ability on players, but maybe something else on the players could work.
Yeah, maybe. I was also thinking maybe like for the barrels, could there be either randomly one when you get respawned as a barrel, you get like a super blast, or it may be an area where if you blast in a certain area, your radius is bigger. I don't know.
That could work. One thing you can do as a barrel, I'm not sure if you've noticed, is you can look at other static barrels and trigger a distraction and basically get them to jump up and down and beep. So players think that barrel is a player when it's actually not. And get them to waste their shot or waste their blast. So it's like a nice little distraction technique.
That's devious.
Oh wow, it's getting a bit scary now. Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah,
Oh well, I was the last one alive. That feels like a bit of a win.
sort of a win. Okay. Let's...
I noted.
Yeah, sorry, you go. Yeah.
Oh. I noticed on the survivors team, some people had name tags, but some people had health bars, which seemed a little bit strange. It feels like we should have had either just one or both across our whole team.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I'm noticing here, for me, you've got a health bar, but Yogarin's got a name tag, so I'm not sure why that would be, but it's probably just a minor bug.
Yeah, little bug to look at, but yeah, I think there's some talk of removing tags as well to help you hide better. That might have been for a different game. Let's have a quick look at Quack. I think that was the next one
Sure.
that was suggested, and this is Splogster, so I believe this is our
Lava
run creator. Adam J says, "What? I did not know you could do that. What's the button for that?" I assume you may be talking about the
The
distraction.
blast?
Yeah. Or the...
Oh, the distraction.
Well, I think so. For players, when you're a survivor, it's whatever's interact. So X on a controller or E on a keyboard do the kind of radial blast, and then for barrels, it's the same button, but you have to be looking at a static barrel, getting it to jump up and down. When Crayta comes to PC, will you still do these streams with crowd play? Yeah, absolutely. We'll still be making the most of Stadia's stream features. Don't you worry about that.
Beware of dangerous ducks.
Got me
It
doing
says
it now.
on this sign, keep out of the water, walking into campfires activates platforms. Oh, that platform.
Oh, is it triggering?
Oh, it's triggering the things going on.
Duck surfing. So I have in the past had a quick go on this, and I must admit I've been a little bit confused as to how to sort of like what the point is. Like what's the objective? Is it like a get as high as you can sort of race, or?
I like the platforming style, and I like how the camera's kind of pointing down a little bit. It gives you an idea of where you've been,
Yeah.
and less of an idea of where you're going. So it's like more of a surprise. You can only see like one level above you. I am a little bit confused by the objective and what the campfires mean. Are they maybe checkpoints?
I think it's a co-op platformer. Like you have to get someone to stand on the campfire, and it sends the platform up.
Is that right? Go on then, Andy. You look like you're volunteering.
Right. So I think I've just got this blue thing to move down, but then that's blocking me from jumping back. Maybe.
I thought the ducks were dangerous. This guy seems alright. Seems quite friendly.
Oop. Right, but now I need someone to help. Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure how I move this blue platform down now. It seems to be stuck up there. Oh, it's coming down. What did we do? It's coming down right as I fell.
I've managed to fall all the way down to the bottom.
Oh wait, one of the campfires has turned into lily pads now. What does that mean?
I feel like this is like
What does
some
it mean?
really cryptic, like intense puzzle game. So there's 2 people have finished this so far. One in 15 minutes, one in 16 minutes. So this like a really long game or a really hard game, or both?
The signs that say, "Have you been the other way first? Okay, cool. This way first." That's just confusing.
Right.
Which I think is meant to be.
This is making me second guess life choices. I don't really know what's going on.
I like the confusion, but I think it needs like an overall objective so we know what we're aiming to do, and then I like some of the cryptic messages and stuff. And it can work for a game to like have less clear rule sets. But yeah, I think in this case it needs to be a little bit more clear how you win, because I'm not sure what a win condition is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it's just going. We need to go up, right? I think.
I assume so.
Perhaps there's a touch more feedback around like the campfires doing something, because I don't think it's really clear. Like I guess
Yeah.
if it played a little effect or a sound or something when you went on them, that would probably help with that.
Yeah, that would be good.
I feel like the chaos in this gives opportunities for like some members of the team to help people go up, and some members of the team their job is to sabotage it. And
Yeah.
it just because you could get someone go, no, you have to jump on the campfires, and then everyone else go, no, you don't. And
Yeah.
you could make it really.
You have to jump on the saw blades to win.
Yeah.
I don't think it is that.
Right, okay, I'm making some progress here. Oops.
How high up are you? Like, what's your obstacle?
Ducks on poles.
Ducks on poles. I think
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah, I think that's you.
Yeah, you're ahead of
jumping
me.
Across. Yeah.
Quite far below.
And ducks hurt you, do they?
The
Go on.
ducks don't seem to have hurt me, but it did say watch out for ducks.
So there's a couple of places like this where the perspective, it's not quite working. So the ducks, I guess, are supposed to be blockers, but I can actually step against the hedge at the back and just run clean across. Not have to worry about them. So I think you just need to make a point to make sure, you know, when you've got that sort of like depth, that the blockers are actually wide enough, whether that's with invisible voxel collision, or just a wider mesh.
So is that a checkpoint there? Oh wait, I can go. Oh no, I can't go across there. But it looks like there's a whole area off to the right as well.
I saw that. It looked kind of scary to how big this map might be.
So yeah, I think in terms of the main mechanics of this, I think it's working pretty nicely. But yeah, it's really about the objective and making it clear what's going on.
Yeah, it's definitely a good start though. You know, again, sort of similar to Andy's Balloon game, right? Like there's a lot in here that's cool, and it's a great starting place for now, like sort of building on these mechanics.
Well, I'm taking this platform. Don't know where you guys are going.
Okay, right. Triggering the lily pad, I think.
Oh no,
that's
that was a
giving me
bad
this.
platform.
What is this? This must do something.
I just got a challenge.
Double back. Oh no. Okay.
Oh, hello.
That was bad. Okay. All right. Well, we'll give it a little bit longer, but then I think we'll maybe wrap it up after this one.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
And we'll have one more go at getting up this area, and then call that a day. Oh yes. Hero jump.
Okay. Oh, there's a yellow thing that's gonna hit you.
Yeah, I tried climbing up there and ended up falling. So
Ah, I reached a checkpoint. So I think that's good progress. There's a lot of ducks.
I think I'm at the top.
Surely we can't.
I think
We can't avoid all the ducks.
I think we're at the top. Oh wait, and now we're working our way down this side. Is that how that works?
I feel like there's a story here to
Even
do with the ducks. I like this kind of Donkey Kong section of the barrels falling down the ramp.
That's quite cool.
Oh wait, what
Yeah.
happens if I jump up there?
With that story, I think they could definitely almost tell a story as you go up. The signs are really cool. I think that you can have more of those with more.
I think Andy's
About
dropped
the
that. Oh,
I think you could have more words telling stories about the ducks as you go up, perhaps. I feel like the ducks are important for some reason. It's a mystery. It's a mystery platformer. I love it.
It is mystery. I'm a bit. So I think we might be stuck here. There's 3 ducks in the wall. I'm not sure how we interact with the ducks in the wall. And I imagine they should reveal or release this blue thing here.
yeah, I was thinking that.
I think we may
Just
be
not
stuck.
quite sure how it
We may be
gets through.
stuck, or we may just be really missing something really obvious. But I think that gives us a nice stopping point there anyway. We don't want to spoil the rest of it for everyone who's watching. So just a couple of quick bits from here. I think we see Yoga mentioned that they fell out the side of the map on the right hand side, so that's maybe something to look for. Just make sure that all of the various areas that you might be able to escape the map are plugged up. But other than that, I think it works really nicely. Oh look, we've progressed it because it's moving now. Nice. So yeah, this is fun. This is fun. This is a nice there we go. It's a nice game. You know, there's a lot here to explore and play with, and it's pretty good fun. So I think we'll leave it there. But if there are any more games that got suggested, then don't worry, we'll get to them at some point. Or, you know, as I say, Discord is a really great place to get people together. If you are looking for feedback, we've got a specific looking for feedback channel, so it's a nice way to get a group of players together and play games. So cool. Well, thank you very much for joining us this evening, Andy. We'll leave you to your cats and all that. But yeah, so do you want to maybe just let people know like where they can find you on Twitter or various other platforms?
Yeah, sure. So on Twitter, I'm at Andy Sargeant. But the best place is probably for all things Crayta is to at me in one of the channels in Crayta. And I watch that all the time. So yeah,
that's Discord, right?
Discord, yeah, is probably the best way to get in touch with me. At me on there somewhere. But yeah, play if you have some feedback for Balloon Typhoon, then a good place to put that is on the forum.crayta.com, and then look on the game releases for the Balloon Typhoon game, and just any feedback, if you can put it on there, that would really help me out, because that puts it all in sort of a general localized place. So thank you so much for everyone that's already given me feedback. I really appreciate that.
Cool.
And it's been really lovely playing games this evening. So thanks for having me, Russ and Adam.
Yeah, that's no problem. Say thank you for joining us, and thank you for all your amazing tutorial work. So yeah, make sure everyone shows Andy plenty of love in the chat. Anyone who's enjoyed Andy's tutorials, I'm sure you'd love to know about that. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later, but thank you for joining me this evening. Cool. Okay. All right. Well, I say thank you everybody for joining in. It's a slightly different take, you know, different sort of format to anything we've done in the past. So let us know in the comments or in the chat now if that's the sort of stream you'd like to see more of. This sort of live feedback sessions. It's a really good way for obviously people to learn as developers, and it's a nice way for us to keep in touch with what everyone's doing on the platform. So it's a bit of a win-win all round for everybody. As we mentioned earlier, obviously we'll be back later in the week with a couple of streams. First one will be on Friday evening, where we'll be playing a bunch of games. We'll be doing some charity fundraising for Special Effect in their Game Blast event. But part of that stream will also be announcing the theme of the Game Jam we'll be running, and it'll be launching as part of that stream. So if you are interested in making games in Crayta, we are free on Stadia right now, so there's nothing stopping you going over and signing up. And also, if you sign up to join a game jam, we'll be putting money for each submission into the pot of money that we're raising. So no excuse really. You can kind of join for free, and then you can raise some money for charity at the same time. So we'll look forward to seeing you on Friday in that stream, and then we'll be back on Saturday evening as well with our own sort of hangout, fun creation evening. We'll be making our own game jam entry. And we'll also obviously be doing all sorts of silly things to try and raise some money. So do make sure you hang out with us on Saturday as well. So in order to keep up with all that news, there's a few places you can keep up to date. Firstly, if you subscribe to us here on YouTube, that'd be really great. You can sign up for notifications and get notified as to when we're live. And I should also say, as part of this weekend's events with Game Blast, we're also going to be launching our Twitch page. So we'll be streaming to both platforms simultaneously, all going well. So do make sure you head over to Twitch and find us on there. That's Crayta Game. So you can find the page there now, and you can follow us on that platform as well, if that's your preferred platform of choice. Twitter and Instagram, you can find us at Crayta Game. So again, really great places to keep up with all the news and the things that are going on in the world of Crayta. And then finally, our Discord. Again, we've mentioned it a few times, but it is really the best place to keep in touch with us developers of the game. We're quite active on there. We do a lot of sort of back and forth with our amazing community who are already there waiting to help you with anything you might want help with, or just generally chat about Crayta, or just generally chat about anything. So you can find us over there, discord.gg/Crayta Crayta. So I think that's all the housekeeping done. So I look forward to sort of catching up with you all on Discord throughout the week. And I can't wait to see you all again on Fridays. We have a fun evening of games and making money for charity. So I'm just going to close out the stream with a last little video just to sort of explain a little bit more about what Game Blast is about. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you on Friday.
We will once again see hundreds of gamers from around the world come together for Game Blast, a weekend of charity gaming challenges, tournaments and live stream fundraising in support of Special Effect. Taking part is easy. Simply sign up via the website as an individual or team and start planning your own Game Blast event. Your donations will help Special Effect to enable more gamers with physical disabilities to access the fun, creativity and inclusion that video games have to offer. Whether you're a first-time streamer or seasoned Game Blaster, you'll be joining an ever-growing community of fellow gamers who've been doing amazing things to help Special Effect change lives every year since 2014. So wherever you are, whatever you play, hit that Go Live button and help Special Effect level the playing field for disabled gamers everywhere.